Hello there guys, welcome back to yet another very interesting tutorial on nodejs. And as promised earlier, I had told you that we'll be looking at bcrypt and hashing our passwords. And before we continue any further, a couple of things that I made, a couple of changes that I made. You can see these variables, I changed them from var to const to avoid wastage. So we might actually want to make those few changes. Now let's go ahead and require that package bcrypt. So I'm going to just require it there, and I'll go to the post function for register, and somewhere here I might actually want to define a variable which I'll call probably salt rounds, and equate it to probably a random 10. I might actually want to copy that, and down here I may say bcrypt dot gen salt, and then I'll pass in that, and also I'll require an anonymous function which will accept error and salt. And inside that I might want to define an if else statement and pass in error, and if there's an error I might actually want a message to be displayed to the user, probably something like I don't know, something wrong occurred. So I'll just copy that and go to this if block and paste it there and say something like something wrong probably occurred. Say something like please try again. I think that's fine. Then I'll go inside this else block and say something like bcrypt dot hash, and I'll just paste in the repeat password. Let me just grab it here and paste it inside there, and I'll also require the salt and also an anonymous function, and that anonymous function will accept error and the hash. And once I have that, I can actually go inside this function, this bcrypt hash function, and define an if else statement in there. I might actually want to say if error, just display something to the user, and here inside this else block I'll just cut all of this up to somewhere there. Just cut that and paste it inside that else block. And there are a couple of things that I need to change. Probably I might want to grab the password that the user has submitted with the form. So I'll just paste it there and probably call it pass, and we need the password field, so just change this to pass so that I might be able to match with the repeat password and compare whether they do match. So here I'll just change that to pass, and everything will be fine. And we also need to pass in this hash to our user's password that is in this location. So make sure that you make that change, and once we have that, I think everything is just fine, and you can actually go ahead and test that and see whether it's working. So let's go ahead and start our server. So I'm just going to run it. I'll just save it, and we need to stop a running application, and let's run it again and see, and that everything seems to be okay. Let's go to our browser and navigate to that register page. Click enter. Let's register a new user, probably Christopher will do, giving some matching passwords, and submit, and it has actually worked. And if we go to our database and do something like probably select all from users, you can see that our passwords are being hashed. Now let's see how we can actually log in using hashed passwords, and it is actually quite easy. So let's go to the login post function, which is around here. And the first thing that we need to change is we need to remove that wildcard and pass in our column, that is the password. And the other thing that we need to do is go inside this if block and say something like just going to define an if else statement, and inside there I can actually go and say bcrypt.com pair error sync, and I'm trying to confirm from my notes, and I'll pass in probably the user's password. So I just grab this. Let me just grab all of it, and I'll paste it here. And the other field that I need is from the password, is from the database. So the password from the database, I'll get it from results. And that, once I have that, I can actually go ahead and set the username and in the session, and probably to do that is actually quite easy. So I'm going to say rec dot session dot I think logged in is equals to, I can actually go ahead and say rec dot session dot user name is equals, probably set this email that, and I might actually want to grab this and paste it inside here. And for the else bit, I might actually want to display something to the user, telling them that they have entered the incorrect password. And to do that is actually quite easy. So I'm going to say incorrect password, please try again. And that's that, and I think everything is just fine. So let's go ahead and restart our server and see what happens. So I'm going to restart this server again, go back to and navigate to the login page, try to register, login using the user that I actually created. So let's put the wrong password and see what happens. So it says incorrect password, please try again. Now let's try to put the wrong email address that is not in the database and try to log in, and it says invalid user. Now let's try using the correct details, the user that we actually just created in just a bit, and submit, and it takes us to the home page, and this is what I needed to show you. So catch me in the next tutorial where I'll be discussing probably on node mailer and how to send mails and verify our email. So yeah, hope it was an interesting tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have a nice day.